to Wahoo Warrior. This is another bolt action battle report. 1,000 points. Now, in this battle report, I wanted to use the starter army from the German Heer. And this is the map that I kind of set up. I've got my opponent. He's coming in kind of from out in the country. He doesn't have an established gaming community around him. So I got the board set up, but we haven't rolled for scenario or anything. And what I really wanted to do was highlight an army you can make with the Heer starter set. So this is all components of the 1,000 point German Heer starter set. Got the 4 infantry squads, and I didn't take the light machine gun options. I elected to take 2 assault rifles per squad for the first 3 squads, and the last squad a bunch of submachine guns. Easily able to make that with the parts that are in the box, and so that's what I'm looking to do. I've got a unit of 10 grenadiers, another unit of 10 grenadiers. Both have 2 Panzerfaust and 2 assault rifles. Then that next unit is a unit of veteran grenadiers. They have 2 Panzerfaust, 2 assault rifles, so basically the same mix, just veterans. And then the last one on the right is a unit of veterans, about 5 submachine guns, and no Panzerfaust in there. Maybe 6 submachine guns. And then I got the Heer, the heavy anti-tank gun, mortar, machine gun, and a lieutenant. Here's just a close-up picture of my guys. And got them mostly painted up. I got some green ones. I was going to make some rifle Volkstrom, but I wanted to go back and just highlight this particular what you're able to make out of the 1,000 point starter set. So this is what I got. And then I got a lieutenant with the +1 and an attendant. Now my opponent, he's American. He actually has the starter. He's got I think the battleground, whatnot. They might have added a few things, but he's got German and American. He's never played a actual game, but I didn't get very good close-up pictures of his guys, but he did a really good job of what he's done so far. They look really nice. These Americans here. He's got a unit of he's got like 2 squads of regular infantry, and he's got a squad of airborne, and then he's got a squad of veteran infantry. He's got a Hellcat and a Sherman, and then he's got 2 lieutenants, a light mortar, a medium machine gun, and it should be about it. So his list was a little technically off as far as needing to have 4 squads, but like I said, it's the first time he played. He thought a mortar or they're counted as infantry, but no big deal. We played as is because it's not really a big deal at all. So we roll point defense, and I have to start placing my stuff. I put at least half mine on. The only thing I keep in reserve is the Heer, 1 regular infantry unit. So on the far right there, I've got the submachine gun veterans. I've got a medium machine guns in the wood. There's a token underneath there. It's one of the 3 places you can capture. I've got a veteran squad in the woods next to my heavy anti-tank gun. Both those are hidden because I'm able to hide. The medium machine gun's hidden as well. And then I've got a regular infantry unit kind of holding the middle for that token, and then a medium mortar there. So I do have a Heer and another infantry squad, so depending on where he moves in, at least I can bring one of my squads in on the left-hand side to try to hold that other token, because it's on the far left. We do preparatory bombardment. This machine gun takes 2 pins. The squad there actually takes a hit, but only takes 2 pins, and 1 guy dies. The lieutenant takes 2 pins, and my regular infantry squad take 2 pins, and then the mortar doesn't take any. He pulls first dice and brings his airborne in, runs them across the wheat field. I pull the next dice and I pass my order check, so I remove a pin marker, and I move my regular infantry over that rock, head them towards kind of the building. I then move these guys, advance them into the woods, and I have like 4 rifles, so I go ahead and take 4 shots and I actually get a hit. Don't kill anybody, put a pin marker on the airborne. And I do a rally check with the veterans in the woods, and I remove the pin markers off of them so they still stay hidden. And here I go into an ambush with the cannon. And my lieutenant rally checks and rallies pins off of him. He brings his Sherman in on the left side of the board. My tank gun cannot see it. And my mortar fires and fires at his airborne way over there. I'm needing a 6 and I miss. No damage to the airborne. And then my medium machine gun rallies, so they're still hidden, and now they remove their pins. So I'm passing all my checks so far. He runs regular infantry, they're regulars, to there, and he brings a sniper on there. And we, after he brought it on, we realized we forgot he could have deployed it, but it was too late at that point. But he runs in. That's a light mortar. Moves that in. He moves a lieutenant with 2 attendants up there to help out with the airborne. And this is a veteran infantry squad. Moves in behind the regulars. And then a medium machine gun moves in. And then his other lieutenant comes in, so he's got this lieutenant to help these 2 squads and the other lieutenant on the other side. And I believe that's just a picture of the same thing. So his next dice, he brings his Hellcat in, and the Hellcat comes up, kind of past the picture here. I activate my ambush, I pass my leadership check. I believe that's how we did it. You know, we weren't exactly sure. What we did it was I went into the ambush, and I had 1 pin on me. And then when I activated to go to a fire order, you have to pass an order check for a fire order, and I passed the order check. So I was able to fire. I think that's how we did it. If we did it wrong, somebody leave a comment. And even though I needed a 5 to hit the Hellcat, I'm able to hit it, and I penetrate the front armor and blow it apart. I actually did a over penetration, so I was able to roll 2 results. So whammo, Hellcat gone. So that was nice. So I remember taking an anti-tank gun, wasn't sure how to do, so it started off pretty good. So that ends turn 1. I'm going to go to a quick video, and then we'll be back. That's the end of turn 1. Americans advancing on the board. Got a lucky 5 up, needing a 5 to hit that Hellcat. Came out of Overwatch and I actually hit. First time I took an anti-tank gun, and it's paying off. Other than that, everything just pretty much moved on the board. And my partner, Mike? What are your thoughts? First game, I actually played too.
First game against somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I messed up. I should have put my Hellcat on first and then infantry behind to protect myself from that pack 40, but I wanted to take the risk and it didn't pay off. So.
Well, yeah, if I would have missed, then I would have been spotted. And you had the wall for cover and whatnot, so.
These guys had a anti-tank round screen right over their head, so they had to have an extra load or anything.
Yeah. Alright, well, we're going to go to turn 2. Start turn 2, he activates Sherman, moves him up to that rock wall. I think it fired before, but it was in the way, never hit nothing. But here, he's able to hit with a medium machine gun, put another pin on, kills the guy. I think he missed with his howitzer. Here I give a fire order to my mortar, and again I shoot at the airborne. This time I need a 5, and I miss. Don't see any more new pin markers, so I must have missed. I advance these guys up alongside this rock formation. I'm kind of exposed to the left, but I'm in trees, and I take a couple rifle shots at the airborne. I don't think it does any damage. Medium machine gun fires at these guys, and the medium machine gun's able to put a pin on with his 5 shots. And then this unit moves in. It's one of my reserve units. It's passes its order check, and it runs up behind that rock. He moves his infantry unit up behind this little stone wall on the other side of the thing and starts firing. He's actually able to put another pin on there and kills a guy. So these guys are starting to take a beating, standing out in the grass there. His mortar moves up and fires a mortar shot at my infantry there in the woods, and he misses. And then his airborne activates, so they remove a pin marker and they advance up into the tree line and fires at my guys. I do have a rock in between us, but he's still able to score a hit and kill a guy. He moves his veterans up here behind the house, so he's about ready to move into the house. And over here, my lieutenant advances and just comes over the top of the anti-tank gun to start trying to get closer to the beleaguered guys. His sniper opens up and shoots at the Pack 40, just where the lieutenant had walked through. It's kind of funny, but he targets the guy here, no gun shield to help him out, and he kills a man. So he hits and kills a guy. And then here, I'm trying to run these guys kind of back away. I decided to kind of get away, but I foobarred and friendly fired on my own unit, but I didn't kill anybody. Fired at the unit right behind him in the rocks. And then I've got my veterans here. They do just do a fire order. They have a lot of rifles and assault rifles, and they're in range, and they're able to put a hit. And I think they killed 2 guys. I think I rolled real well. So the airborne have got 2 pins, and they're dwindling in numbers. His lieutenant moves up here to support the 2 units in the middle. And then my Hetzer comes in, passes his check. I think exactly needing a 9. I got a nice flank shot on that Sherman, but I'm a poor roller. I only need a 3, move 4 the Treagies, 5, but I roll a 1, so I miss. And that kind of sucks. There's going to be a little tank duel over here I'm hoping for. His lieutenant advances over the shrub and into the woods himself, and actually takes a few shots at these guys, and they don't have any cover, and I'm pretty sure he gets a pin there. And a quick video. Alright, that's the end of turn 2. The Hetzer passed his check and came on, but unfortunately missed the Sherman. That would have been really nice. Now it's going to be a little tank duel over there. My unit here who foobarred shot up, tried to shoot my unit there, unfortunately missed with all those pin markers in the cover. But they're kind of just hung out to dry at the moment. It's got a lot of infantry headed towards this building. And other than that, I'm feeling pretty good about the right side of the board. I'm in a decent position to try to deny these objective markers. But I'm gonna have to deal with infantry in the center, because they'll be able to shift over or go after that center token. But so far so good. Got a few pin markers on the airborne, and a few pin markers on my veteran guys. So may get to that point where the first one to fail a check is the one that gets gunned to death. But any thoughts on your side of the board?
No, I think it's gonna get bloody here in the middle. Battle for the house here in the next probably turn or 2, and then it'll be interesting to see how the tank battle goes.
That'll really secure. If I lose that, then it's gonna suck.
And then we've got the sniper Pack 40 sniper.
Yes, the sniper versus Pack 40. The Browning heavy anti-tank sniper gun. But we got a mini machine gun team in position there now too. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Alright, I'm gonna go to turn 3. Start the turn, he pulls a dice and he advances his Sherman tank, so he's got a nice hull down cover there. Spins that turret around and fires at my Hetzer. He scores a hit, and he scores a glancing blow. A hit, but he failed to penetrate. I shouldn't say glancing blow. He failed to penetrate the tank. So I'm alive. I've got a pin marker on me though. So that's interesting. I've got the range on him if I back up a little bit, but he's going to have the maneuverability and a rock between them. Next dice, he activates his mini machine gun and fires at my veteran infantry in the woods there. And but I believe he gets a pin. I didn't take a picture. I activate my lieutenant and I advance him over here. I'm going to try to give the +1 to that unit before I try to activate it, because I really don't need them stuck in the middle of nowhere, but I can't wait too long. So I go ahead and pull the next dice and I activate him right away, and I actually am able to pass my check. I remove one of the pin markers, so I just run into the building. I don't think I'm going to win the combat if he charges in with the veterans, because he's got a couple submachine guns in there, but I'm going to give it a go. And then I advance these guys over the rock towards the airborne, and I'm still about, I think I'm within range of my submachine guns now, and I'm able to put a pin marker on there, and I believe I kill a guy. He pulled the model. I should have laid him down and took a picture, because it's easier for me to remember, but yeah, whatever. He activates his sniper, and he takes another sniper shot at my Pack 40. And the last turn, I had nothing to shoot my Pack 40 at, so I had shot at the sniper, needing like a 6. But he hits it again, and he kills another man. That gun shield does not help them at all against the sniper. And then I activate my medium machine gun, and I start firing back at his medium machine gun, hoping to put a, if I can get a pin marker on him, then I can start winning the attrition battle of who's more effective with the medium machine gun, but I failed to hit. 5 shots needing 6s, and I didn't roll any. These guys here take a pin marker from his regular infantry. They move up alongside the house and just start firing their rifles. And here it's his light mortar takes a shot at my infantry squad that's heading towards the airborne. My next dice, I advance my veteran infantry out. I just kind of move them straight ahead. I don't really think I'm going to need them to the right, but I need to get him out of the woods so I can run next turn. I'm worried that he's going to take that house and then I'll have to shift a lot of forces to the left. That happens. I want to be able to run these guys. Also, my Pack 40, I haven't turned it. I can't see the Sherman, but I'll have to turn it if the Sherman starts heading across that wheat field. So I'm trying to get some support over there. His lieutenant there, I shoot at that with that squad that I just moved out, and I'm at pretty far range, like 23 inches, but I'm able to score a bunch of hits. And I roll, I believe this is the turn I roll like a crazy Yahtzee of 5s and stuff. Maybe not, but yeah, I kill the 2 attendants, and the lieutenant fails his check. My medium mortar actually fires, and needing a 6 to hit that infantry squad coming across the wheat field, and bad day for the infantry. And this is where I just found out I never played this way. Once you're zeroed in, you need 2-ups from then on. And my opponent told me that. I'm like, what? So I looked it up, and heck, he's right. So they're now getting pummeled with a mortar. Now here's a lot of dice. That is one of the more pivotal points in the game. If you see that order dice up there, it's on his veteran infantry squad behind the house. They elect to assault my unit inside the building. I'm too close to do any kind of reactionary shooting. Well, I'd already done an order anyway, so I couldn't do that. And I need 5s to hurt him. He's a veteran. We go simultaneously. He needs 4s to hurt me. Mathematically, he should have rolled 6, I believe, out of 12 attacks and killed 6 guys. He rolled like crap because he had several submachine guns and a whole unit of infantry. And yeah, I beat him. I rolled 4 5s and 6s, and he only rolled 3. So I lose 3 guys. He did roll an exceptional damage, and I believe he picked a guy out because he rolled a follow-up 6. But ouch. That was a total shocker. I was just hoping to kill some guys and then maybe help clean up. So go to the Hetzer, and now my magic on my leadership checks that I've been having starts to fail me. I try to do a fire against his Sherman, and I fail. But I did back up, so that's good. It puts me at a nice range where I'm at short and he's at long. And my anti-tank gun actually shoots at a sniper. And over here, his lieutenant moves up, and he's going to try to help out those guys there. And he does fire a few 3 rifle shots into the building, and he's able to put a pin on. I just had removed all those pins from the close combat, and not only that, he rolled an exceptional damage, and he picked off the assault rifle. So there's 1 assault rifle gone, and just a couple of rifles left. I go to do an order check here, and oh, sorry, we missed a video, and I don't know exactly what happened. We missed the in-between video. I had like about a 3-second, I must have double tapped the button, so like a 3-second video. But I tried to activate these guys to fire point blank at those guys in the wheat field, and I failed my check. I rolled an 11. So that pin marker that lieutenant put on me actually helped out quite a bit for him. The Sherman elects to stop trying to battle the Hetzer pretty much, and he does a run order because so he's going to forego shooting, and he wanted to get over to this next wall. He didn't want to be left out to dry with trying to get closer. You know, he wasn't sure what he wanted to do. He contemplated kind of turning and going across the wheat field and just kind of closing range quickly and try to engage my infantry, but he was worried. So, and yeah, so this is my Hetzer, because we had missed that video. So I fire my Hetzer, and oh no, I don't. I fail another check. So he has no more board to back up off of at this point. So that's another failed check for the Hetzer. So that non-penetrating hit earlier has now made me fail two checks. Here's airborne get hammered by my submachine gun unit. Here my mortar fires, and I believe since they only needed 2, they fire again at those guys in the wheat field. Here I run my veteran squad over to the wall. I'm going to try to help deal with, because at this point we're talking, and his infantry units that can actually score objectives are getting obliterated. He's got these guys right here. He's got his lieutenant. He's got a few airborne on the right, maybe a sniper, but they're really far away. Those guys, I believe, it was a pin marker that they had taken from something. My medium machine gun is firing at his medium machine gun. Again, needing a 6 with 5 shots, don't get any, not even a pin. He puts another pin. He had gone down. He tried to activate his one unit, and they had gone down. But here he kills a guy in the building, and then here my lieutenant is just, I think he just goes down. Or actually ran up to that wall there to give the guys in the building a little bit of leadership support. And this is his mortar, just kind of moving over to the side of the bushes and firing at my guys. And he actually hits with the mortar, I believe. That was the mortar that did that. Oh no, the medium machine gun traversed over and started helping out, trying to save his last airborne guys. And he kills 2, puts a pin on, kills 2. So that's it for that. Alright, end of turn 4. Not a lot happened. Failed another check with my Hetzer. So that glance from like 2 turns ago is still affecting. The Sherman decided to run. He's heading over to try to kill some infantry, I think. Other than that, I'm just pretty static. I moved some guys in towards the center. That infantry unit there survived. They're still alive. They didn't pass their check to go anywhere. And medium machine gun is putting down some fire on my veterans to try to save the last of the airborne. But yeah, so this turn went really fast. So, any thoughts, Mark?
Yeah, I'm pretty much, as far as objective-wise, it's pretty out of hand. I won't be meeting them because I have a lot to go, and this unit's pinned to death, basically. Yeah. So it'll be just taking out units. Lieutenants been getting exceptional damage on this squad. Two turns in a row now.
Yeah, I'm out of assault rifles now, thanks to the lieutenant. And I failed my order check, so they're just exhausted and happy to be alive after that close combat. They're just writing letters home. They're out of the battle.
Yeah, the stars for the U.S. so far, the lieutenant squad and the sniper squad.
Yeah. The snipers are... And the thing is, too, we forgot to hide your sniper in the beginning, you know, and... because this is, if I haven't mentioned, Mark's first game that he's actually played. And his miniatures look awesome, by the way, for the work he's done being a new gamer. And the sniper just walked in and just started killing stuff every turn. So, worth the 50 points, or whatever it costs.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yes, need a bell tower. Okay, so we're going to knock out turn 5 pretty quick, and be right back.
Turn 5, he gets the first dice, activates his Sherman, advances around the building, and he lets loose with, I think he fired both machine guns at me. I pulled an order dice out and went down. So no, he fired a howitzer and a machine gun because he was able to get 2 pin markers on me. But I don't think he only killed 1 guy. Here I get an order dice and I charge those last few airborne in close combat. He does kill one of me, but I'm able to clean him up. And I consolidate a little closer towards his mortar. These guys here fail another check, and so they're just kind of screwed. Three guys remaining with all those pin markers. Lieutenant is not enough to get them over that. Looks like I can do a fire order with my mortar onto those guys again. You know, now that they can't move, and I'm just needing a 2 to hit them. I think I'm able to wipe them out this turn. Maybe not. Oh, did I switch targets? I don't remember. Because it wasn't until I switched targets. Whatever. I shoot. Oh, that's my medium machine gun. I change targets and I fire my medium machine gun. I'm able to finally hit something and I kill one of the mortar crewmen. Here, his lieutenant again opens up fire on those guys in the building, and needing 5s to hit. I think he hit with all 3, and 6s to wound, and he rolled like 2 of them, at least 1, and he's able to kill the other assault rifle. So it's kind of funny. My guys in the building, I did reposition them there when I did that advance order before. We weren't really paying attention. It became more important, and that would be another rules question if anybody knows. I think we're playing it right. It's actually where the models are at, because I've got 2 Panzerfausts in there. If I wanted to move over and shoot the tank, since he drove around the thing, that's not easy. I mean, you have to actually move through the building. So I'd have to do an advance order, get to a window that can see him, and then roll the normal to hit. Same if I had a bazooka or something like that. So I think we're playing it correctly. Like, where the model is out is the windows that he could try to fire out of. So here, these guys are just again getting hit with pin markers. I've got that basically a full squad back there, kind of at long range, but they're throwing out 10 rifles, and well, 10 guys, and 2 of them are assault rifles. So they're throwing out 12 shots a turn. Even though he's down, I'm still scoring some pins on him, and every now and then picking off a guy. And then looks like his mortar crew had moved back, and he's just trying to defensively. He's running away, firing mortars over his shoulder, trying to put some pin markers on my submachine gunners so they'll fail an order check. I fire my cannon. I see it's interesting. I can't fire this Sherman right there because I went down. I can't fire within an inch of my own guys. So on the next turn, I'm hoping to move out of the way so I can shoot at his Sherman. But for this turn, I just fire at like his sniper, I believe, needing a 6 to hit, and I miss. But that's interesting the way that is right there. It's using my guys against me. It's pretty smart. And then, because if I move and then he pulls a dice, then he could shoot me. That is another dead German and a pin marker, and I'm not sure what it's from. I believe it's either the sniper. The sniper did that. And then, hey, look what happened. My Hetzer didn't activate again. So that's 3 turns since he's come on that he's failed a leadership 8 check. And once was a foobar. This one was not. And then at my last dice I just have my lieutenant go down. He's in a pretty well protected place here, and he's within range of both sides. So that's the end of that turn, and we'll go to a quick video again. Alright, that was the end of turn 5. Really not a lot happening. Well, there is, but not a whole lot from my side. He's got a pin marker on my veterans there. They had killed those guys, and then they're just kind of there now after the consolidation. He put some machine gun fire on them. The Sherman came around the corner and hit these guys with his howitzer, but did 1 pin and only killed 1 guy, and his medium machine gun totally whiffed. But and then the sniper helped out, put another pin on there. What's really interesting about it is that he's protecting himself from my tank gun because I can't fire within an inch of the infantry. So he's able to just kind of sit there and fire. And since I failed my order check, or actually I went down to protect my guys, I can't move out of the way. So next dice in the next turn, if I can pull one and move out of the way, I can open up that field of fire for the tank gun, but then he may pull a dice and shoot the tank gun. So it'll be pretty exciting. I got a couple Panzerfausts around there. Those guys failed their order check. So got pins on here. Lots of pins on there. So what do you think, Mark?
Last round, I think you're gonna get the victory. So it's just gonna be
Some
taking,
vengeance shots.
and taking casualties.
Oh yeah, and the wiener of the match so far is the Hetzer, but he's failed another activation order. After one glancing shot, and he is done for the day. But, alright, so I guess we'll knock out turn 6. These turns are going really fast now, and we'll be right back.
Alright, turn 6, I get an order dice, I pass my check, and I assault a tank. First time ever I've assaulted a tank. I'm pretty excited about it. I have Panzerfaust, so I'm considered a tank hunter. And that's another thing. Do you pass the order check and then have to pass again? But it didn't matter. So I fail. He hadn't moved yet. I only needed 4s to hit, but I failed to penetrate and kill it because I think I got 4 hits. And so I just reconsolidate and I move kind of off to the side. Now my anti-tank gun can shoot the Sherman, and I got a pretty sweet shot actually, only needing about a 3. And what the hell, I roll a 1. So my plan worked, what I wanted to do, it just didn't work. So the Sherman backs up a few inches and lets loose with 2 machine guns and is able to kill 3 guys and put a pin on me. And at this point, you know, he's just like, well, it's going to try to score some points. You notice he backed up so my Hetzer can see him. So that's, I'm hoping to maybe get a shot off on him. These guys here take a pin marker, I believe from my main infantry unit here. Yeah, put another pin marker on another guy dead. He can't afford to go down. He's got to try to run or something, and who knows what. Hope for a turn 7. Hetzer. Oh, what's that? That's a failed check. So no sweet side shot from long range against the thing. If I wasn't at the end of the board, I would be about 16.5 inches off the end. Actually more. Stupid. I am able to hit them with a mortar again and eliminate one guy, and he fails his morale check, and so the unit surrenders or leaves. And then I fail an order check over here. He's able to put 2 more pins on me, at least 1 more pin on me with, I think the sniper had shot me. Anyway, I fail an order check there. They don't activate. Fail an order check here. They don't activate. They're going to try to advance to the windows and fire some Panzerschrecks at that Sherman, but they just decide to go down. And my medium machine gun, who's just been, I think he got his points worth. He didn't do a lot, but what he did do was affect that airborne unit. That early turn of the game was able to put some hits on there, but he just starts firing back at the medium machine gun, and I don't believe I even score a hit. And my lieutenant advances up. I don't exactly remember why. It's basically the last turn. And that's it.
Alright, well that ends turn 6. Pretty much a lot of the same. I failed a bunch of activation checks this time. I tried to assault the tank and failed. I hit it, but I didn't penetrate it. So then I consolidated past it. Tank backed up, fired, killed some guys. Everyone started picking on that unit there. I failed activation there. Failed activation there. The machine gun put another pin on me. My stupid Hetzer, just the whole game basically has been failing. The foobar. Fortunately, I didn't shoot any of my own guys or anything like that. But yeah, lameness there. What do you got over there, Mark?
Down to 1 guy on my mortar team. MG team still staying strong. Sniper team still doing damage.
Your lieutenant's rolling 6s like.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, if it wasn't 6s to kill for the building, they would have done really well.
Yeah, you had 3 hits, needing 6s to hit.
Yep, exactly. So I don't have any infantry squads left. It's all support teams and the tank, so it's pretty much game over, obviously, since I'm pushing this.
You want to grab a dice and roll, see if it goes to turn 7, or and that'll end it there.
Yep,
so.
it ends it.
Alright, well, good game.
Good game.
What'd you think about your first overall bolt action game you ever played?
It was fun. It was really fun. the random activations with the dice draw make it really, you really have to think and change tactics. Like the first thing when my Hellcat got blown up, I kind of changed some tactics, but what really changed is losing the close combat here.
Yeah, which was a shock to me as much as it was.
It was just bad rolls, but it really makes you think of the order that you want to take things in and what.
Yeah. And then after your opponent does something, then it totally changes your priorities. Like, oh, he activated his tank, and I didn't die. So now I don't have to worry about that until towards the end.
Yeah, exactly.
And then sometimes you may get an order dice, but you don't want to go because you want to leave the threat that you may do something. Yeah, that's what I really like about the game too. That constant ebb and flow. You know, yeah, the Hellcat, I needed a 5 to hit it. I hit it, killed it, and that changed the dynamic right off the bat. And like I said, we've been talking through the whole game, and this is, like you said, your first game played. You could have put that in reserve, you know,
Exactly.
and then you could have seen where my tank was, or you could have survived the shot, and it would be a moot point. Yeah.
Yeah, even with the recce move on the Hellcat, it didn't help me.
Well, it got you back behind a wall.
Yeah, it gave me a little bit.
Yeah.
But it didn't
Where it would have normally
save
been.
the day. For those guys. But, no, it was a fun game. So, yeah, I recommend it for anybody.
Oh, yeah, definitely. All right. Well, I'm gonna sign off. See you later.
Well, that's the end of the game. It's a German win, but I have to say, you know, it was a win-win. Met somebody for the first time, played a game of bolt action. He was an awesome opponent. I think we both really enjoyed ourselves. It seemed to go one-sided, but sometimes that happens. That pivotal combat in the building really changed things. The other thing too, after we were talking, my opponent, he had run the roll, and he elected to attack. And as we kind of debriefed, we both agreed that he probably would have been much better as the defender, because he could have put his Hellcats in hidden in the wood, a Hellcat and the Sherman hidden in the woods, and I would have had to move my anti-tank gun on, which sucks. So if he would have been the defender, I think he would have been in a much better force selection and be able to like be hidden and pounce on my my tank, or leave one of his tanks in reserve and come in after, kind of flip-flop what I did. But like I said, it's his first game. He knew the rules. In a couple things he pointed out to me that I didn't know, and so that's always a joy when you play against somebody who is an experienced gamer. They just haven't played bolt action before. He knew what he was talking about. His models, like I said, I should have got some better close-ups, other than his airborne, which weren't painted, which we both agree that's probably why they died the way they did. They weren't painted up. They look great, and he had a really nice idea for that flame destroyed tank marker, which was super simple for him to make. He showed me how to do it, so I'm going to probably make some of those. But yeah, in conclusion, this is the Heer 1,000 point starter army. There's a lot of variations that you can make with it. It has a few assault rifles. It has some submachine guns. You can make your guys veteran or regular or even inexperienced if you wanted to. You could make a sniper. You can make a lieutenant or 2 lieutenants. A lot of diversity. It's a great kit, great box. I'll try to make another one with my 1,000 point Blitzkrieg list. It's a little more anti-infantry. But thanks for watching. Comments welcome.